Alright everyone, hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. Alright guys, the video of the day today is of Accountability Angel. And for those of you that are not familiar with her, then let me try to familiarize you a little bit here with her. She's out in Illinois in a city called Peru. Now her specialty is going to police departments to request complaint forms and to courthouses to request FOIA request forms. And in either case, whichever location she goes to, the ideal is to record the interaction that she has with the individual and make a video out of it. Now, as we all know, okay, a good audit is only going to get so many views. So you pretty much, you could swallow one or two videos of a good audit, but you kind of, if you're looking, most of these frauditors, as we know, are now turning to this as their only income, as a way of paying their bills. So they pretty much got to count on all of their videos, the majority of all of their videos, to be spicy enough to keep the subscribers happy, as well as to attract new ones. Now, again, I've said it before, my opinion, you can't mix activism with making money, because eventually you start doing questionable things to keep that money coming in. And so here in the beginning, you're saying that you're out there trying to fight corruption and you're standing up to politicians, or, you know, standing up to the government or whatsoever. And now the next thing you know, you yourself have become corrupted because you want that money to continue to come in. Now, guys, let me say this, and some of you might not want to hear it, but the ideal of going to police departments to request complaint forms, I kind of like it. I kind of think that's beneficial. It would work for the people. You know, people out there may get into have a bad interaction with an officer. And a lot of people don't really listen. We all know there's some asshole cops out there, as well as they're good cops, okay? But I'm just saying, if you have an interaction, any one of us here, we get pulled over for something and that cop violates our rights in one way or the other, that you feel, you know for a fact that this officer he crossed the line. Now, you know, the average person would probably suck it up and say, you know, he's a cop, I really can't do shit about it. No, guys, you go to the police department and put a complaint in. So this way it's on his file, as well as he gets talked to, you know. It depends on what kind of interaction I have with an officer. If it's not that serious, then I would want the supervisor or his, you know, the higher up or whatever, to give him a talk. You know, hey, you know, let's try to be respectful with our citizens and so on. You know what I mean? A little chit chat here and there never hurt nobody, okay? But again, this going to police departments to request complaint forms, I could see that being something good for the public. The only bad thing that I have with her is that in her interactions with the police, it's like, I don't know, either she's doing it for like a show for her subscribers, but she talks to them like as if they were beneath her. Just because she's a taxpayer, my opinion, does not give you the right to talk to them as if they're beneath you. We're talking police officers, guys, that deal with murderers, criminals, 7 days a week. They're dealing with shit that I could not imagine myself dealing with. So I give them a little bit of respect, you know what I mean? They may not be the cheerful person 7 days a week, so you give them a little bit of some room there or whatever. But again, I say, you know, like we all know, these frauditors, a good audit, their subscribers will swallow one or two every so often. But if she was to throw a good audit where everything went smoothly with no problems, eventually they'd stop watching her videos, okay? We all know the subscribers want to see drama. So in my opinion, she goes to these locations with her personality and provoke shit so that she could, you know, keep her subscribers happy, as well as attract new ones. But before we watch this, I got an interview that she did with a radio station that I wanted you guys to watch. I wanted to share it with you guys. A great interview. You'll like it. I'm sure you will. But before that, I got a little clip. It's like a minute, 2 minutes long or whatever. Now, have we seen people out here in the comment section making comments about if you come across a frauditor, play copyrighted music and they'll leave you alone. They'll run away. Okay? I say 9 out of 10 times that might not work. Okay? Because some frauditors out there really like the Long Island audit. He don't care whether he gets paid or not because his subscribers are throwing money at him left and right. So that might not work with him. Now, it's a good ideal. Honestly, I like the ideal. If you got a phone, play copyrighted music. You know, they come to harass you. That might work. Silence Boy, we know he needs that money, so he'd definitely be one of them that would leave you alone right away. Okay, Long Island audit, no, he's gonna stay there and irritate the shit out of you and get his video off or whatever. But anyway, here, this little clip, Accountability Angel is on her way into a courthouse to make complaints on a few officers that violated her rights. Would you believe one of the complaints is of 3 officers that play music when she interacts with them? I could not believe that, guys. A frauditor pissed off that a police officer is playing music. Now, she didn't make the comment that I'm going to tell you right now. She's made in various other videos that I was trying to find so I could put it together, where she's saying that the officers are interfering with her pay. Hey, interfering with her pay. That's a good one, guys. Anyway, in this little clip here, again, I say, she's going to complain on officers playing copyrighted music, which I hope she makes a follow-up video on this, because I like to know what the higher-ups would do. How do you discipline an officer for playing music? I don't know. I can't see it. But let me show you that little clip so you can see and understand better what I'm saying, and then we'll get to that radio interview afterwards.
Angel here, and we are outside of LaSalle County Sheriff's Office on Etna Road in Ottawa, Illinois. It's 11:18 a.m. on December 9th, 2021. I am turning in 3 separate complaint forms for the actions, discrimination, and behavior displayed by multiple employees of the LaSalle County Sheriff's Office, including Kurt Pastrick, Vicki Leadingham, Donna Ortiz, Jim Noblock, and Donna Ortiz again, for discriminating against me based on my gender, for bullying me while trying to file complaints, and for 3 separate individuals playing music as I attempted to turn in a complaint back on February 25th, 2021.
You know, I gotta say, this is the first frauditor that I know of that is actually making an official complaint on copyrighted music being played. Ain't that a kick in the ass, guys? That is a kick in the ass. And as for those other things that she was talking about, I seen that video that she was talking about where her and her brother were inside the courthouse, and she was asking for FOIA request forms, and it ended up where her brother got a handful and they ran out or whatsoever. And that's exactly what they told her. They ran out. They didn't have any more. Now, these guys know technically they can do their FOIA requests over the internet. They just don't like doing it over the internet because they want to go make a video. They want to go personally. That gives them a reason to go to the location to make a video. So, but if it was really that important, they can do it over the internet. But that comment that she made, that she was being, I guess, gender because she was a female or whatsoever, that is so full of shit. I don't see it. I truly don't see it. I don't think it had anything to do with her being a female, okay? But that's what she's implying. Like I said, she needs she needs the drama, guys, to keep her videos going. Now, I've been looking at her channel, guys, and her videos are not all that, she used to be up there. Her videos were always like up in the 10, 12,000. That's what she's got. She's got 12,000. I think it's 12,000 or more subscribers. So her videos were always up there, like at least 10,000 views and better. I looked on her channel, what was it, last night that I was looking at, and her videos are getting like 2,000, guys. Her videos are getting 2,000 views. That's not good. That's not good, guys, okay? I think she's hurting. She's hurting to the point that now she's offering membership to her channel, guys. $2.99 will get you an exclusive video. Hey, you got to do what you got to do for the almighty dollar, guys. You know what I mean? People want to pay that $2.99. They get to probably see videos that the average person ain't gonna see. Because I doubt very much she'd turn around and say, if you want to watch, if you want to continue watching my videos, you got to pay $2.99. So I don't think she could get away with that. She can get away with saying you probably see other videos that the other people won't see. That, hey, more power to her. If people are, listen, the people that subscribe to them are so dumb because they just want to see drama. They want to see, they'll support anybody who's out there throwing jabs at government. That's my opinion. But they want to pay that $2.99, go right ahead, knock yourself out. But anyway, guys, let's check out this interview that she did with a radio station. And I tell you, I think you guys are going to enjoy it. What do they call those, disc jockey, DJ or whatever? No, what do you call it? Yeah, it could be a DJ. He called her out to the T, guys, to the T. Let's check out that little clip, and you'll see what I mean, guys.
This is 103.9 WLPO's For the Record with Tom Henson.
Official charges have been filed against a sister and brother who were part of a ruckus at the entrance of LaSalle County Criminal Justice Center on Monday. 29-year-old Angel Farmer of Peru is facing 3 counts of battery and 1 count of resisting a peace officer, while 28-year-old Jacob Farmer of Morris is charged with 1 count of resisting an officer. Both are due in court April 12th. The sheriff's office says that on Monday afternoon, the Farmers got into a scuffle with security while trying to push their way into the LaSalle County Courthouse on Etna Road. 1 officer was checked out at OSF in Ottawa. The altercation was filmed by the so-called accountability angel. Angel Farmer's nickname. She says her rights were violated and that she was battered and kidnapped during the ordeal. Rod Thorson this past week talked to her brother, Jacob Farmer of Morris, and then on Friday, Angel called in. And what you're going to hear today is most of that interview. I've had to cut some things for time and some things for clarity. I'm also going to drop in comments of my own as we go.
What's the nature of the complaint that you wanted to submit to LaSalle County?
The nature of this one was against Sheriff Tom Templeton for failure to act when he saw his court officer, Kurt Pastrick, I think it is, the former Streeter police chief. And that man decided after he refused to, do any screens on me, and they told me that it was not against the law to film in the building, only against the policy. I went through anyway when they refused to let me in. I just walked on through, and he decided to almost bear hug me in a way, like used his whole body all up on me. And I signed a battery complaint against him through Ottawa Police Department. Well, they have now decided to sign a battery complaint against me, even though he made contact with me when he wasn't lawfully acting.
Okay, but that's the complaint there. But when you were there earlier to submit a complaint, what was that complaint about?
That's what I was there. The day they decided to falsely arrest us, I was there for the complaint on that. And I was turning in Sheriff Templeton because he was right there hiding behind the glass, wouldn't come out to talk. And he just walked away when he saw that man do that to me. So I was turning in Sheriff Templeton for failure to act and for also violating Title 18 U.S.C. Section 241, Title 18 U.S.C. Section 242, Title 18 Section 245, and Title 42 U.S.C. Section 14141.
Huh.
And also violations of the First, Fourth, and I believe 14th Amendments.
So what she is saying is she's acting under 3 amendments, the 1st, 4th, and 14th. The first one, freedom of speech, religion, the press, allows for peaceful protest, and allows you to petition the government. The 4th protects against unreasonable search and seizure. The 14th Amendment is interesting, says that anyone born in the United States is a U.S. citizen. It was meant to establish the citizenship of slaves during Reconstruction. It was one of several amendments, 3 of them, that passed to try to deliver civil rights to the black population in the U.S. after the Civil War. She cites 4 civil rights laws. The first one she cites, according to the Duke Law Journal, was designed to punish traditional civil rights crimes such as those committed by the KKK and similar organizations that sprung up after the Civil War. It has since been used to prosecute local law enforcement officials who abuse their authority. The second statute that she cites makes it a crime for any person acting under any jurisdiction, federal agent, state police, county sheriffs, local police, to willfully deprive or cause to be deprived from any person any rights under the Constitution. The third civil rights law that she cites prevents intimidation. And finally, the last one she rattled off, Title 42 U.S.C. Section 14141, protects the civil rights of kids, juveniles. I don't know how that applies. Okay.
How long have you been a self-proclaimed activist in this way? How long have you been acting as a watchdog? How many months or years?
It's in my 4th month, I believe, the day I got kidnapped on the 8th.
Oh, 4 months. So in those 4 months, how many Freedom of Information requests in total have you submitted approximately to different agencies?
I don't know, probably 20 or more from everybody. I mean, I've gone several places around the state.
Yeah, I know you've. I've seen some of your videos.
I'm going to quickly interrupt here. A FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act, is something that I've filled out a couple of times. It takes a little bit of effort on this end to do it. It's meant as a very strong option of getting information from an entity, say a city or a county or state, whatever. The time it takes a respondent to respond to those FOIA requests is the problem, because there's a time limit to responding to FOIA requests. I have never filed a FOIA request lightly because I knew it was going to take resources away from other things that entity had to do. And to me, it always seemed like a nuclear option. By God, you will share this information and you will do it in this amount of time. Legal. Allowed. Necessary. You're listening to the highlights of an on-air phone call that host Rod Thorson had Friday morning on the air with the accountability angel, Angel Farmer of Peru. This is For the Record. I'm morning anchor Tom Henson on 103.9 WLPO.
You have been asked by a number of people when you're entering a building, who are you with or what's the nature of your visit? And you say, I'm media. Do you consider yourself media?
Absolutely. According to what they say that the news media is, as long as you post it at regular intervals, and it can be digital, it can be anything. But yes, I do consider myself that, and I have plenty of people that look forward to seeing the videos.
I don't care if you have 100 million subscribers to a YouTube channel. That doesn't make you a journalist. It doesn't make you a member of the news media. You want to tell me that everybody walking around with a smartphone is a member of the news media? By what right? There's no certification, of course, to be a member of the news media. You don't have to have a license. You have to have some common sense of judgment, a sense of what's really a big story and what isn't, an ability to tell a story in a way that is easily understood. You have to be fair. You have to be ethical. Maybe she's a citizen journalist. She's not a journalist. And she gives us all a bad name when she claims to be. When a scene is caused at the LaSalle County Courthouse by people who claim to be journalists, it hurts the hard work that we do every day as legitimate journalists to build relationships, to get information without going nuclear. To simply understand that you don't have to have an adversarial relationship with those you're covering. You're just covering. You have to cover with a chip on your shoulder and an attitude.
So what it looks like to me, though, and by the way, this is the accountability angel. You see her on YouTube, and she does have a fair number of people that follow it.
I was kidnapped by LaSalle County Sheriff's Office on Monday, and so was my brother.
You seem to be intentionally provoking, or to be you're intentionally provocative when it comes to these government buildings.
Absolutely not. I would love for you to explain to me how you feel that way.
Well,
I'd love to hear it, because I hear that a lot, and I don't understand.
You are claiming some victim status, though. I mean, you say that,
I am a victim, and so is my brother. We were kidnapped. Our property was taken, unlawfully held. I have proof that they lied on their search warrant as well, trying to pretty much trick the judge. And it seems like they were able to do so by their lies. But they claim that they wanted video footage from my body camera and the cell phone from March 8th from an incident inside by the metal detectors. I never made it inside. I was outside when they kidnapped me, and I was outside the entire time because they were impeding my movement.
So as she's talking about this incident from last Monday, she's talking about having a cell phone video going and a body cam video. Who wears a body cam unless you're trying to not just document something, but try to find something worth documenting? Try to find some offense. That's provocative behavior. Okay.
Are you planning on filing a lawsuit against the county? I mean, kidnapping.
Absolutely. I was working on getting it all set up to begin with when they decided to arrest me, and they knew that.
How have you been damaged? Has this cost you anything?
Well, I mean, my reputation.
It looks like if anybody's reputation here is being damaged, it's legitimate journalists' reputations, because she's making it harder for us to do our job. To say nothing, of course, of the law enforcement officers she's naming. Okay.
I already have PTSD, so when he did that, it was absolutely horrifying.
Where'd you get PTSD from?
Come on, man, don't even ask that.
No, are you...
It's diagnosed, though. It's diagnosed.
Oh, are you a veteran?
No.
Oh, okay, so it's not military service related, but you have PTSD.
There's definitely other degrees of PTSD.
Well, I don't doubt that. Okay. Commonly known as post-traumatic stress disorder and diagnosed amongst veterans, combat veterans. I didn't know if you were in the military or not.
You know, Accountability Angel sent a text to the radio station after the interview saying, "Shame on you, Rod, for questioning someone's PTSD." Now, I don't think he was doing that. I think he was generally surprised by what she said. I think that it is true that there are other forms of PTSD, too, among people who maybe never served a day in their lives.
Hey, would you do this? Let me know if and when you retain legal counsel.
Oh, I am not letting you know anything about the legal counsel, but it's definitely handled.
What do you mean handled? What do you mean handled?
It's handled. They will see. They will see what they've done wrong.
Is your phone ringing with lawyers just begging to represent you?
I got something, man. Let me tell you. Listen to me.
Hey, no, wait a minute. That almost sounds like a veiled threat. Is everybody safe here? I mean, really. I mean,
listen to me. Why are you trying to say anything about a threat? Where was the threat?
Well,
I've heard that before.
All right, so apparently Rod Thorson isn't the only person who thought that she might be making a threat. She said she's heard it before. Just like, as you heard, she's heard it before that she acts provocatively. Interesting.
Do you feel like you're planning on respecting this system?
I absolutely respect the system.
Okay.
Now, of course, Angel and her brother will have their day in court, and we're going to find out more about the incident when that happens, but it looks to me like she's of the same mind of many hardcore people who understand that they have rights and generally have a good grasp of what those rights are. And then they scream about their rights being violated when professional law enforcement acts as they can be expected to act. It's a building that houses criminals, suspected criminals, the officers charged with keeping vigilant to keep them and the public safe. And there's courtrooms, and there are bailiffs and elected officials and employees and everyday citizens with business at the courthouse. Shouldn't you exercise a little bit of common sense, especially with how raw things are right now, barely 2 months after the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol? No one is saying you don't have the right to be there, but if you present yourself provocatively or in a way that's unclear or unusual or suspicious to the people whose job it is to protect the building and the people in it, shouldn't there be consequences? And you try to justify your actions by wrapping yourself in a title, news media. And of course, the people who behave badly this way are the ones who are the loudest in accusing journalists of being fake news. Yeah, that's right. We're fake news, but you're legitimate news media. Do they not see the irony? Folks, people like this aren't being denied their rights. They're begging for attention. The kind of attention you get on YouTube with a branding type nickname that has accountability in it. And 9,000 followers plus. You see, behaving badly is good for clicks. Now, I get the irony that they crave, but like it or not, they did make news this week. Thanks to my friend Kathleen Whalen of Whalen Financial Group in LaSalle for her ongoing support of For the Record. I look forward to getting your feedback on the Seattle Sutton text line, 815-223-3093.
All right, well, there you go, guys. I mean, I enjoyed that interview. It opened my eyes a little bit more. Let me just say that she made a rebuttal video of this here, implying that the DJ bullied her. Now, I didn't see that, guys. He was very respectful. They communicated with each other respectfully. She made comments that he bullied her whatsoever. My opinion was to make her look good, because apparently she came out not smelling like a rose in that interview, in my opinion. Okay, she claimed that she was a victim in a that little thing that she's going to court for right now, where, if you guys, I was looking for the video, but apparently I think she took it down because I don't see it on her channel anymore. And I do got it on my channel, but it was so long ago that I don't know how many videos I got, but forget about it. It'd be murder to find it or whatever. But her and her brother were banging down the door because they would not let them in because they had cell phones. They have particular rules of no cell phone electronics allowed in that little courthouse or whatsoever. But according to her, it's policy, which is not law, so that means she can go in there with her phone. Like the Long Island Order does the same shit. All of these frauditors do the same shit. Because it's only a policy, a rule, it doesn't mean shit to them. They still want to go into the location. Well, that's what she wanted to do, go in there with her phone, regardless of their rules or whatsoever. So, again, they locked the doors on her so that she could... my God, please, if you saw that video... she got arrested at the end, okay? But here she is complaining that she is the victim. Now, mind you, in that video, she's trying to barge herself in. I'm talking about she was pushing the guard with her whole body. And then she made accusations, guys. She made accusations that the guard touched her ass. And that, I think, was definitely wrong. Because you could tell that she was the one initiating the conflict, the body conflict there. She was the one pushing herself, trying to push herself into the courthouse there. He had both his hands like spread open, so there was no way that his hand could have touched her ass in any way. But she made those comments, okay? That comment she made about her being media. We all say it. Just because you have a certain amount of people on YouTube watching your videos, just because you go out there and get information and throw it out on the internet, does not make you a journalist. That freedom of press, in my eyes, I have a different definition to that freedom of press in the Constitution, which is basically you're telling the government that they cannot interfere with us getting the information and spewing it out. So, again, I say that freedom of press, nowhere does it in the Constitution does it say we are journalists. You know, he made comments, she can consider herself a citizen journalist. That's as far as I would go. You want to consider yourself a citizen journalist? That's fine. You know, because a lot of these frauditors now, you got certain people out there, one day their name is Joe Schmo. The next day they call themselves News Now Joe Schmo. All of a sudden they're journalists now because they added the News Now to their name. News Now Patrick. All of a sudden, from Patrick Roth, now because he added News Now to Patrick, he's now considered a journalist. Get the hell out of here. It doesn't work that way. You're saying all these people, all these real journalists that went to college and did all kind of shit to get their certification and all that crap, all they had to do was just say News Now and that's it, they're journalists? I don't think it works that way, guys, but you know, I'm just saying that interview was something else, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Listen, guys, I'll be back in a little bit, in a few hours, with another video, and I'll see you guys when I see you.